So, Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, everyone. This is Ushna Nihal on behalf of the Management Association of Pakistan. I would like to welcome you all to the webinar G.O.A.L Framework. I would like to take the opportunity to introduce Imran Azam. Imran Azam is the founder, Productivity Accelerator System, and a sought-after leadership growth strategist, helping strong technical experts like engineers, IT, finance, and accounts specialists to become effective people leader so that they build the capacity to translate business strategies into actions, resulting in at least a 25% increase in productivity and profitability within 90 days. He does this utilizing his expertise in leadership behaviors, 20 plus years of experience in developing leadership framework for a few of the best managed companies in oil and gas, retail, aviation, healthcare, IT, and manufacturing industries in North America and Asia. And through his proprietary signature solution, G.O.A.L Framework, Imran also holds dual professional HR designations, Chartered HR Professional, CPHR Canada, and SCPC SHRM USA. So over to you, Imran Saab. Thank you for joining us today. Participants are requested to kindly keep the mic mute during the session. We'll be having a Q&A session after this webinar. Also, they can write their comments in the chat box whenever they like. So over to you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ushna, for this wonderful introduction and a very, very warm welcome to all of you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So just to start the proceedings, first of all, I would like to pay special thanks and gratitude to my management, the management of Security Papers Limited, for offering me this wonderful opportunity, as well as the management of NAP, Management Association of Pakistan, for joining hands with us and offering both the organizations. We are trying our best to share with you the best of the contents, and this content is really amazing. So since we have limited time at our disposal, it's only 30 minutes. So I will not take any further more time and would like to just dive into the details. So right now, I would like to share the screen with you. And do let me know if this is visible to, please do let me know. I hope it's visible to every one of you. So.
Yes, it's visible.
Absolutely. So I would like to pose a short question and then we'll proceed further. What happens, because a few of you maybe are enrolled into the HR function, a few of you might be in the working in the capacity of technical leaders yourself or leading the technical leadership. So I have a very, very short question with you. Have you ever witnessed, have you ever noticed that your otherwise brilliant technical experts got into and who got promoted into the leadership role and what happens once they got transitioned into the leadership role, they find it a bit challenging to really get themselves going, because the expertise that has made them successful in their experts role, in their, I would say, in their individual contributor role, is totally different from what they experience at the leadership level, right? So I can give you a few examples. For example, we have strong accounting and finance professionals, right? And we have people like IT experts. We have people like legal experts. What happens is they are very good in the spreadsheets. They are very good in technical details. They are very sound. They have very sound knowledge and skills and expertise in their own field. But once you take the mantle of the leadership, the requirement is absolutely different. It's a different ball game altogether. You are supposed to lead the team. You are supposed to lead the team and empower them the vision, the necessary skills and tools to succeed. Because at the leadership level, you can't do everything at your own. You have to take everyone along with you and get the best out of your team. You have to deliver to the business results. And unfortunately, this is an area that has been a concern not only for Pakistani organizations in the corporate world, but all over the world. And in this particular webinar, I would try my best to walk you through this roadmap using my secret sauce. So you can see a very tantalizing, spicy recipe. The burger is there. It's a very spicy burger, especially in the rainy season. You will enjoy it. So let's walk it through, and I will share my secret sauce with 4 ingredients. How you can transform your technical experts into outstanding leaders in just 90 days. So that's a guaranteed solution. So let's talk it further. Before explaining and discussing on those 4 ingredients, I would like to share with you a few shocking leadership stats. And when I say shocking, I would like you to I would like to make it a bit interactive and would like you to have some guesswork. So the first figure I would like to share here is 33%. I say 33%. And I would invite all of you to just drop into the chat box. What do you think this 33% means? What do you mean this 33% represent? Because remember, I am talking about right now, we are discussing about the shocking statistics, which is, frustrating for you. That is causing painless and sleepless nights, painful and sleepless nights for my HR leaders, for the CEOs, for the chief operating officers of the organization. So just drop into the chat box. What do you mean by 33%? Just give me. Awesome. Cost of exit of an employee. You're spot on, Tanuli sir. You're spot on, Murtaza. So anyone else, and I can share with you the response. So what happens is, when I say 33%, because we have to cover this in the allotted time, so I will try my best to be as much focused as possible. So average, what does it say? 33% is the average employee exit costs 33% of their annual salary of the organization. What means? It means that the amount, the time, the efforts, the energy invested on an employee. And most of the times, what happens when an employee leaves the organization, the training and development cost and the skills and knowledge the person has acquired with the passage time, that is being eroded from the organization. And I believe you must have witnessed, most of you have witnessed this. This is difficult to attract a qualified employee, attract a high quality talent. And once that talent is being nurtured and developed, and you just lose it, it really hurts you a lot, right? And it's all talk about what? It's all talks about leadership. So another insight that I would like to share. The first figure was, remember, 33%, and we got a couple of very correct answers. So 4x means 4 times. Again, it's a shocking leadership stats. So I would like you to invite all of you to drop into the chat box, right? Tell me what's this all about. And this is a guesswork. So there's no right or wrong. Ushna is not noting anything. Remember, I am not noting anything. So just write it down. Just drop into the chat box. What do you mean by 4x? Because 4x is 4 times, right? And it has relevance to the leadership, the shocking leadership statistics, the issues, the frustrations faced by the leaders. Yeah, anyone would like to have a wild guess? And I believe everyone is with me. So you can drop into the chat box. If I hope I'm not going very fast. It's very simple. I'm sharing it with you. Okay. Somebody says turnover rate. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. You can see in this chart, there is a person with a flag, waving the flag, right? And the person is running away, and there are 3 more. This person is championing the cause, championing the wrong cause, right? He is the one who is leaving the organization, and behind him are 3 more persons, right? 3 more persons who are leaving the organizations, and that's not a very good sign. If you are an HR leader, if you are an HR manager, if you are a CEO of the organization, or if you are leading your department, right? So what does it say? A lack of appropriate leadership skills makes employees 4 times more likely to exit. And guys, research says, and this is the fact, the research says what? that people don't leave their organizations. People don't leave their organizations. They leave their bosses. If the bosses are toxic and you are building a toxic workplace, what will happen? You will experience the high turnover the way we are witnessing at this point of time. Okay, so another discipline side, another question, another stats, shocking leadership stats with you. 2x. What do you mean by 2x? Again, please drop into the chat box. Floor is open. Please, just give a blind guess, right? Just do the guess. Appreciation. That's good. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? And there's no right or wrong answer. Please, okay, we can reduce employee exit to 2K by learning. That's very good. Types up. Fantastic, fantastic. Rewards. Okay. Ayaz is very close. Okay. So what happens that employees don't feel recognized? You know, appreciation. Remember, guys, appreciation and recognition is just acts like a food for an employee, right? The way we have to eat food for our survival and for growth, same as far as the employees are concerned, they need recognition, they need appreciation, they need importance, right? And when they do great work, when they do something extraordinary, when they go out of mile for performing a certain activity or project, and if that particular behavior, I fear if that particular behavior is not recognized, it happens what? You can see the person is doing what? He's trying to do the job hunting, right? This particular pic tells you a lot that twice as times the people are likely to do the job hunting if the employees feel that they are not being recognized at work. And believe me or not, people think, sometimes I've heard from a lot of HR managers or a lot of corporate professionals, believe me, it doesn't cost you anything. Just a pat on the back, just appreciation of good words, just, you have to praise in public and criticize in private. And this is an old saying. And this holds so much true even in this, in this era, especially after the post-COVID-19, when we have seen people working from home as well. So you have to recognize the great work of employees. And this is not all what I'm saying, rather, this is based on research. tinypulse.com is the, I refer the source as well. And I'm sure you might have been experiencing these type of challenges and frustrations in your organization as well. So drop into the chat box. Are you understanding? Are you having a hang of it? I hope I'm not going fast. I'm not going, this is simple comments. I'm trying my best to make it as easy as possible. So everybody is with me? So that's great. Tide says it's going good. Okay, so far, so good. Perfect. Because we have to make it interactive, we have to make it enjoyable, learning, a roller coaster journey for you, so that all of us can enjoy this interactive learning and try to. What we need to do is we have to implement the good learnings in our organization once we go back to the workplace. Okay, so overall, the theme is, if you conclude the research in the nutshell, it says what? My dear friends, this is a fact that more money is spent on leadership development than any other area of corporate learning development. And this is, and the research says, it's still, despite this fact that, too much amount is being spent on leadership development. Out of so many corporate learning development areas, this is the area where we are spending too much, but still 70% of companies feel, I say 70% of companies, they still feel their leaders are not able to lead their organizations into the future. And especially post COVID-19, we have to have a culture, we have to have a system in place that should be able to develop leaders, to have succession planning in place, and to transform those leaders. So it's very, very imperative. And this is based on the fact that not only in Pakistan, but all over the world, this is an irony. And all top of the organization, the corporate world, they are also facing this challenge. Okay, so this is the reason why this is very important. We understand the importance of this topic and try to incorporate these learnings into our corporate. So this webinar is for you, and this course and this overall roadmap is for you if you are leading an organization or leading an HR function and you have the technical leaders who are unable to manage the people side of their business. And based on the research and the slides that has been shared with you a few minutes ago, what is happening, what are the overall issues, how you will sum it up? You will having a lot of retention issues with the organization. You will witness a very, very high turnover in a lot of your critical roles, right? And those critical roles, you will not only lose that manpower, the quality manpower, but with him gone would be the skills, the talent, the abilities that person possesses. So this is very, very challenging. And ultimately, it boils down to what? Ultimately, it leads to the lower productivity, morale, productivity, and profitability for the organization. And this is really, really, very bad news. And how we can stem this tide, that's why I'm here for, and I will try to share the recipe for you. So we say what W11FM, what's in it for me? So what are the most important learning objectives we are going to learn here today? We have already tried to figure it out why it is important to develop your technical experts for the leadership role, and then you will get a feel and taste of my secret sauce, the spicy tantalizing burger. I'm giving you the picture. The 4 ingredients. What are those 4 ingredients that would ultimately enhance productivity of your technical leaders? And I say I can guarantee only in just 90 days, and at least by at least 25%. So this is a fantastic program for you if you can really get a taste of it. And you also have a special opportunity to take this to the next step, and I will share you in the next slides. So this particular slide I will skip because Ushna has really given a fantastic introduction, and the most important thing to understand here is just try to stay the whole webinar. Remember, I will have made it very, very short. It's only 30 minutes, and we have already taken a bit of time. So you need to stay the whole webinar, and you'll receive what? A freemium, a mini diagnostic call. Remember, it's very, very important for all of us to diagnose, because once we go to a consultant, to a doctor, what is required from him? You need a diagnosis, right? You need to have a pulse of the issues and the challenges. So that diagnostic tool, once you have got the hang of this tool, this is a very, very easy tool that I have developed for you, and that will help you to identify at least an area of leadership development need for your technical leaders. So, and I can walk you through this as well. And I have allotted the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes for this, and a very, very special offer to work with me and take your organization to the next level of success and excellence. So are you with me? And so far so good, I believe. And just drop into the chat box. I hope I'm not going very fast. It's understandable, it's comprehensible. So everybody is with me. Tariq, Akil sir, Shabazz, Ayaz. Are we good? Okay. So drop into the chat box. So we have, yeah, that's great. We are ready for the goal. Okay, awesome. So let's not waste any time further. We have been able to understand the issues and the leadership stats, the shocking leadership stats. And now I would share with you a few disruptive insights. 3 myths that would be accompanied. Each myth would be accompanied by the fact. And let's see, and let's check our learnings as well. And let's see how it is easy to transform. And you need my support, and I will be here. So myth number 1. Technical experts are not as effective as leaders as they are subject matter experts. And guys, what happens? When we are the subject matter experts, what is basically expected of a subject matter expert? The subject matter expert must be solid in his domain knowledge, right? He or she must have a fantastic eye on attention to details, must be logically, must have logical arguments for all the technical jargons and discussions, and must have the right answers to all the questions, all the technical questions that is being posed to us, right? So, for example, if you are a technical, if you are a finance and accounts person, you have got a hang of all the the ratio analysis and the formulas. And if you are, say, a legal expert, you have got the legal, you got the hang of the legal side of the things. And same goes with the engineers as well. But once you take on the mantle of the leadership role, it's a totally different ball game altogether, as I told you before. So, as a technical leader, what is being expected? That you have to ask the right questions, because you have to develop your team, you have to empower your team, you have to give trust to your team members. So that's very, very important. So these myths are the wrong perceptions, and we need to figure it out as a team that how to correct those concepts. So let's see what is the fact. The fact is that these technical leaders can always be transformed into people leaders if you inspire them. And we have to have a belief on their abilities. We have to have a very clear why and purpose, why they need to change their behaviors. Because remember, as I told you before, they have to ask the right questions. Because once you ask the questions from your team, once you involve them, and once you invite discussion them into the platform for discussion, they will feel recognized, and that will definitely help you from transforming into people leaders. And let's see, let's review myth number 2. What happens? Again, a misperception. Technical leaders believe that 85% of their success in the corporate world depends on a very, very high IQ level. And what happens, when I say high IQ level, it means a person who may be, a pass out graduate from Stanford University. A person could be, from LUMS, from NUST. And we always have a perception, this type of misperception in our mind that, if you are a highly super intelligent person, and they will do all the wonders for you, right? And again, this is a misperception. The fact says something else, and that is all based on solid evidence. So, what does fact says? It all says that it is your attitude that determines your altitude. 85% of your business success, 85% of your business success is all because of your skills in human engineering. Means you have to, because you have to work with humans. Remember, you have to have developed very good relations in rapport with your team members, because we need to understand that if we ask the right question, and if we take the input of the other persons, that would ultimately motivate them, and we have to recognize them. So, and again, the study is from Forbes.com. The Forbes is a very is a fantastic organization, and the Carnegie Institute of Technology. So this fact is really very important. So I hope again I'm not going very fast, and everything is clear to all of you. So just drop me into the chat box, hopefully, because we have already covered 2 myths along with 2 facts, and hopefully we are going fine. So what's the third myth? The third myth says that this is the last one, again, the last disruptive insight, and it says, so I can see the chat box as well. Okay, it's going fantastic. Thai names up. You are, I'm an ED facilitator as well, and your input and your remarks are absolutely, are very well taken. Thank you so much. And I need more of you, right? I need every one of you to drop into the chat box so that we can, proceed further in an indicated way. So third myth. So it says what? This is a very, very funny pick, by the way. So you can't teach an old dog the new tricks. Means what? It's very, very, we think, and this is a perception, that it's difficult to teach your, or train your elderly employees new skills, new talent, new knowledge, and they are always, they're always resistant to learn. And again, I would say, my dear friends, this is a misperception. This is a myth. The fact is, old behaviors and habits can be changed, and remember, they can be changed only if you know how. So we have to learn, we have to understand how the old behaviors and habits can be changed, right? So I say what? Here it says behavior change ahead. So next slide I will share. It's very, very easy. And to make it very simple for you, I've shared with you an illustration, and it shows what? A football match going on, right? And there are two teams competing, a very cutthroat competition, a fierce competition. And there is a person who has to guide the team. And who is that? It's the coach. And so it's, this model, we call it as an IPO model. And this is developed by one of the, I would say, a very famous book. It's called Atomic Habits. And this is a must read, by the way, for all of you. So just write it down. It's Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he says what? There's a model called IPO, stands for identity, and here it's coach. And remember what happens if you want to win a championship, if you want to win a tournament, you have to do what? You have to make systems. You have to have solid processes. You have to practice and drill it on every day, not before the World Cup, right? Not before the FIFA championship or Spanish tournament. You have to do it on daily basis. And once you do it, what is your overall goal? You have to win the championship. And for winning the championship, you have to be the best. And what is the hallmark of the champions? They have to practice it on daily basis. So I feel again, I would like you to drop it into the chat box. Are we going good? I hope we are not going that fast. Although there is a short paucity of time, we have to cover it. But I am trying my best to make it as easy and simple for you. Okay. So let's sum it all together. So what I have understood so far is that in order to transform your technical leaders, it's very important to understand their beliefs, their reason and purpose of getting the people engaged, understanding the people side of the things, because these engineers and these technical experts, they are very good. I would say again, they are fantastic in solving the equations, in solving the problems, and we have to let them understand and let them show that understanding the human behaviors as easy as 1, 2, 3, as easy as 2 + 2, 4. And we have shared a few examples as well. And last but not the least, you have to develop good habits. And good habits ultimately shape your behaviors. And habits are the things everybody knows we have to do it on a daily basis. And the model we have learned is the IPO model, input, process, and outcome model. We have just discussed it. Okay, so my secret sauce, so how I have tried to come up with a solution for all of you, so that this goal framework is what is this all about. So let's start with as it says, G stands for you have to have a growth mindset. O means orient. You have to orient your leadership to the new behaviors. You have to align them to the business strategies. And if you take care of all the other three steps, ultimately, it's the end result that matters. It means you will be able to leverage the best results for you as well as for your organization. So the first one, start with the first one, G. G is the growth mindset. And again, now I would try to take you to the roadmap. It's and I have made it a very, very simple journey for you. So this is a 4-step roadmap. The first one is G. And for each stage, we have a pain stage and the gain stage. So what happens in the pain stage? You will be revealed in your organization that the people and the leaders, they have a fixed mindset and they are not challenging the status quo. And they have the old behaviors. We have already mentioned it's it is difficult to change the old behavior. So you might be witnessing those behaviors. And then there is a culture that is impending, that is not helping and enabling the people to improve. And what happens at the gain stage is the total, transformation. Because and this is my job, and what I have tried to do in this, in this framework I've introduced, that the person would be able to challenge the status quo. And growth mindset belief is all about freedom and flexibility. And the leaders would be able to develop new behaviors, and they would have a culture in place that ultimately enables the other people and the people surrounded by them to inculcate the desired behaviors in the organization. So you need a coaching culture. You need to have a culture that should have more and more feedback and discussions in place. So the next step, and I believe, I hope everything is going well. Please drop in the chat box. I hope I'm not going fast, trying to make it as simple as possible. So again, the model is the same. O stands for orienting to the new leadership role. And here again, the process, I would be able to transform. And once you get the hang of this model, you can be able to relate from again and from the pain journey to the gain journey. So what are the traits you find in this particular stage? People are resistant to learning. They avoid challenges. They just want to stay in their silos. They have fear to experiment because they feel if they experiment new skills, new changes, new trends, the management would not be able to buy it. So again, it all talks about an impending culture and what happens at the gain state. That here the people, they have the leadership capability, they are willing to inspire, they are emotionally savvy, and they are willing to master new skills. So, so this is the second stage, and the third one is A. A is aligning team goals with the business strategy, and the model is still the same. I would like to walk you through the pain stage, the gain journey. What are the traits you find here? The people, the technical leaders, and along with their teams, you'll find the confusion all over the place, chaos all over the place, very much tactical in nature, only concentrates on one particular thing, don't have a big picture thinking. You'll find the people holding the information, not sharing, exchanging, and working in silos. And at the transformation stage, you'll find the people informed, they are taking strategic decisions. And most of the important aspect is they are vision communicators. They are big picture thinkers. And they are co-creating the action plans. They are not doing it on their own. Those leaders are taking the input of their teams and co-creating the action plans with their team members. So this is very, very important. And at this stage of time, since this is an informative webinar, I'm just giving you the fruits or the essence of this framework. Okay. Last but not the least is at the end of the day is the business result that matters. And remember, I said you in the last slide that it's the process. If you work on those processes and systems, ultimately the results will take care of itself. And what happens in this stage? Again, the journey from pain to gain, from frustration to joy. You'll find here the people without any accountability, a lot of disengaged workforce, not willing to learn new things, and not willing to have the right direction from the leaders, and ultimately it leads to what? A very, very high turnover, as we have witnessed in the first slide. A lot of retention issues, and it all boils down to decreased productivity and profitability of the organization. And the vice versa. Once you have implemented the first three stages, G.O.A.L, ultimately you'll find the results-oriented people, the engaged workforce, and it ends with a high retention rate for the organization. You will be the best corporate or the best place to work with. You will be awarded with such recognition, and ultimately resulting in the increased productivity and profitability. So, dear friends, I try to just share in the nutshell. This is the productivity accelerator system, and this is summing it all. This is the goal framework, and the target says you have to hit on the bullseye. So, since we have started around at 15 past 3 or 12 past 3, so I will take 5 to 7 minutes more so that I can share with you the model. And just drop into the chat box. Are you understanding it? And so far it's going good, or are you having the hang of it? I hope I'm not going too fast. Nusha, you can also drop into the chat box. Everything is okay at this stage? Okay, so the good news is nothing is being charged at this point of time. And what I am guaranteeing you is 10 times more value, more impactful, more results focused approach. And let's share with you the freemium. I would like you to share with you the freemium, and will let you know how I will be able to walk you through this Excel sheet. So can you help me? Excel sheet. We have to check. We have to walk them down to the Excel sheet. So everybody is with me. I will walk you through this freemium. Just let me see. We need to show them the Excel sheet. I can. So what you need to do is you need to go into my website. It's imranazam.com, right? And you can download the freemium there. And it's very, very easy. You just have to visit my website, and I can drop into the chat box as well. Because of the paucity of time, I would like to share with you the final outcome, and that's a diagnostic tool specially prepared for this webinar and for this particular intervention. So this, my dear friends, this is a mini diagnostic tool, and there are 4 stages. Remember, there are 4 stages, and the instructions are very, very simple. Again, these 4 stages are G.O.A.L, and under each stage there are 4 questions, and there are 2 stages: the pain stage and the gain stage. So what you need to do is you have to just click on one of the 2 radio buttons, because there are 2 choices: the pain side or the gain side. So you just have to click on those options, and once you click on those, because since there are 16 steps and 4, each phase there are 4 stages. So once you got your score, once you hit all those buttons, you will get what? You will get a score of your organization, you get a pulse of your organization, you get a diagnosis of your team. So, and that's very important for you. Once you got the diagnosis, you'll be able to identify where you stand as far as your team learning is concerned, and where they are at the stage of development. So in this particular scenario, this is a hypothetical organization, and they got a score of 6, and 6 means what? In the phase 1, the client gets says 1. Say the phase 1 is the growth mindset. So 1 means 1 out of 4 means what? 25% is the result, means the organization has to work on the mindset of their people. Phase 2 is orienting to the leadership behaviors. And if the organization in the graph is also being depicted, if the organization is getting 1, again, it means the client has to work on changing the behaviors of their technical leaders. The third phase, the aligning phase, aligning goals with their strategies. If the score 2 means still there's a lot of way to go, a lot of things to be done to take your organization to the next level of excellence. And if the first 3 stages are not good enough, ultimately chances are the phase 4 you will be facing a lot of issues, and this cumulative score of 6 suggests that the organization has to really work on these skills, and especially try to implement this goal framework in true letter and spirit to achieve the real essence and real flow. So thank you so much, guys, for being patient with me, and I would like to really appreciate once again for your time and patience, and also the support provided by the map as well. And the floor is now open for question answer session. So over to you, Ushna, as well as the participants.
Participants may unmute their mic and can ask their questions. We are taking the questions right there. You can just also open your mic. I think there is one comment, I must say, from Tariq Hasan. Leaders born from the same culture, either they are in the leading role or not. They find their way, their goal, but how to test the ground workspace is the best playground for him, or he is at a wrong pitch. So I think it's a comment. And anything else you would like to speak on this Tariq Saab, please. Imran Saab, please.
Tariq Saab, thank you so much for the comment, because at least we have an input from you. So what happens, what we face in our corporate world is, I agree with you that unfortunately, if you have a toxic workplace, the leaders are being born from there. But at the end of the day, it is our responsibility as responsible individuals to help them create an environment, to help create an environment of accountability, trust, and openness into our teams. And what this frame, because this was only a 30-minute time duration, this particular framework was, because today it was an overview. So what I have tried to do was to give you a tool, and if you can, if you really get hang of this diagnostic tool, because we will share you this Excel link as well, and once you download it and try to, I would say, fill all those traits candidly and be very honest with yourself, inshallah, you will be able to test your organization and to gauge at what level of I would say skills and at what level of leadership behaviors is your organization at this point of time, and that would help us out to make a smooth transition journey so that they can be transformed into outstanding leaders. So anything else, please feel free if you have any more questions.
Questions?
So can I ask one more question?
Yes, please.
What's the difference between a positive leader and a negative leader?
Okay, my friend and my colleague, Mr. Shahid Athar, is managing the IMS team. So his question is, what is the difference between the positive leader and the negative leader? So I believe that's a very open-ended question. But I think the most important thing is that the positive, a negative leader tries to spread toxicity in the workplace, and this is the reason why we have mentioned that bad. This is not the organization. Rather, the reason for the high turnover, is the bad bosses. If the bosses are not, if the leaders are not leading the team, and if they are not giving respect to the team members, and if they are not, if they are not having the input, and if, as it was mentioned, if you are not recognizing the great work at the workplace, what will happen ultimately? It creates a level of disengagement among the workforce, and the people will not feel motivated, they will not feel appreciated, they will not feel recognized. And there's a very famous saying that if you like to be respected, you have to show respect to the other people as well. And even if it's at the support staff level, at the worker level, we have to give respect to each and every one of them. So we have to create an environment, an enabling environment, rather than an impending environment. So I believe this is the main difference.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. And Murtaza says, leaders are like eagles. They don't fly with the flock. You can find one at a time. Awesome.
Right.
So yes, leaders have to lead from the front, and sometimes you have to make the bold decision, and you have to swim against the tide. The whole organization is saying something else, and what you need to practice it. You have to practice. If you want to create an environment of accountability, then you have to show yourself, and you have to demonstrate from your actions. This is the reason why we say that management by walking around, and you have to create an example. You have to become a role model for the others to follow.
Right. Imran Azam, I would like to just inquire about how this, once the diagnosis is done and, we are done that they are the problem and they are the lacking areas. So what would be the way forward? How, one should, make the action plan of it? So can we just, you can just give us a hint about it, or maybe we can plan it accordingly, like later on, what would be the next step?
Ushna, I would say that's a great question, and I was expecting this from the participant. So what I need participants to really absorb it, because this is a concept they haven't heard it before, because this is a new framework, right? I have introduced it for the very first time into the corporate world, not only in Pakistan but at the global level as well. So what they need to do is, once they get a pulse of their organization, they identify at which level. They have to do it very honestly, right? And they have to do a very candid observation and very candid rating against each of the trades. Once that is being done, then they need to book a call with me, and I have shared you with my the contact details. Ushna, I would request you to share it with them. So what, and I will share, because once I get the hang of their email addresses, I will share the contact details with them. So what we need to do, what they need to do is, they would have to book a call with me, and then we will jointly work out a solution how to move forward. Because see, there are 4 stages. So the first one was the growth stage, the orienting to leadership, alignment to strategies, and the leveraging results. For each stage, what I have done is I have prepared some training material, the resource material, and the strategies and the worksheets that would enable. I have prepared a system under each model, and they have to discuss with me, and we will jointly, because that model has to be, I would say, tailor made for the organization. Because I have made a system, but that has to be tailored, and we have to find out as a team what suits them. Maybe the organization may be very good at the mindset type, at the mindset stage, but they may have to work on the next 3 stages, right? O, A, and L. And same happens with the other perspective.
Right, right. So that's interesting, and I think participants would be really keen to know more about how this framework works, because it is really new to the industry. Any other questions from the participants we are expecting? I think no.
So this is my website. I shared the website address, and my name is Imran Azam. I'll just drop it in the chat box, and
then you have to look at the website. You should show the website.
can you help me? Someone, can you help us? I can show the web. So just give me a 1 to 2 minutes, and I would like to share them the. I would like to walk them through the website. At least they can have a glimpse of it, because that would be great if you can. Yeah. Just give me. So is the screen? I hope visible.
Go to first page first.
Not.
Click on the line.
Imran Azam is not here. Yeah.
Just give me a second. Just give me.
So click on Imran. Okay.
So you have to go. You have to visit my website. It's imranazam.com, right? And there are 4 tabs. So under the course modules, there are description about each course. But I would like to share with you the about tab at this moment of time. So you can also download your freemium from here as well. So you just have to write down your name and email address, and just click the submit button. And once they click the submit button, they will receive an email, right? And they will receive an email like this. They will receive a thank you message from me and from my website, and it shows them the download link, right? So everybody is seeing it, right? I hope everybody is able to watch this link. So this is very simple. So once they got the email, they can just click here, and they will get the tool, the Excel sheet, which I have been able to share with them. This Excel sheet, which I had shared a few moments ago. So I believe that would be very easy for them. So this would be.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah.
How they download. Then click file.
Okay, and just they have to click the file here, and they can, just click. They can always download it. So just click the file tab, and they will be able to download it. Because if you try to do it from the web browser, it may you may experience a bit of difficulties, because the radioactive buttons would not. These radio buttons will not work. So you need to download the file. But since I have got your email address, inshallah, after the webinar, I will share it. So.
Great, great. So Imran Azam, I think let's wrap it up. Participants are with us. So thank you so much. Any other comment are we looking for, or we just say goodbye and meet some other time? yes. So thank you participants for joining us today and Imran sir for taking out time. We hope this would lead us to an interactive full day session and we expect to have some good feedback from the participants. Thank you so much. Thank you SPL team for being here and Park team for being with us and all the other participants. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Ushna, and all the participants as well. And looking forward to meeting you again. And do get a hangout of my website as well as the premium tool, and inshallah we can take it to the next level. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Great, Allah Hafiz.